Akwa abashonko enkomo bibia o hwe nsisi o PinaxTV ye platform yi so Ghana fo bebre na sisi no o masha ase e de omunsa egu omuti ni nyina ye increase of a year fuel prices abasisi a na me no kasa sisi no ye nya to mama according to nipa o kasa Mature Chief Executive Officer edema this petroleum fuel ya papa senior hosi chirima ene de kwata 11 cedis 1 liter upe umpo ubetu ya but me no ka say ni de aba beto dwa prices no increase de 10 cedis ko nti ye hwe mo betum ni adanti say no if you watch na ko be na asha say expect say transportations any ade ba be kolenim ebusen for me no ka say ye papa senior hosi edin chichimu kakraba the reason nti fuel prices ko nanim a kosro na o twemu a we crude oil no ne boa ye den international market bia ne boa ye den na one major option na say one major point no so ka ho ma asisi no fuel bo kosro bibia koso ye how are ye city no depreciate no ni nyina ka ho na ema enema bo ye den and also ukopie mu sa Ukraine Russia into kwatoko ya ama oil prices no akoshiro bia nti nema bo na ya na den according to papa senior host say me no ka say crude oil no o say we say utobia barrel no say omoto no $185 that's barrel for $185 nti o betete ni ade ya CDC ka ni ade keke na yesu tumi say nema ekuno nima fami no ebi no mahase blame na another Akuffo because eba wo share Ghana with the CD titiri no advice Dr. Haji Bahamud Bawumia enye no na ye hu se CD no kwa na ye kwa CD o se edwane oba bechi no agina ho e say CD ne kra the vice president na ye friend say ye papa Bawumia momu ejimika enye asem kreso a niam ankoyie ma amanfo baso ye ne den a fuel no ya tutumu minim se hu ni info ni bi o screen ne so a ne nyina ye picture of how our fuel prices no akosro amanfo ebi no mo kasa about it so sha we no ye total for the diesel 1080 super 0970 super 95 no so ye 1052 no and then I'm 11 na ne santi no say there Ghana for ebesu but the we are singing now so and another fuel prices no ye too munche month kram maye but yasantum bebe na blame president another Akuffo Addo ye fa sobo ne mbo hwan ye fa mbo Putin ye fa mbo nanado ana say hwan ye fa sobo ne mbo with the increase of fuel prices.
Well, first of all, yeah, before then, no, the question is very deep, but let's go a little bit technical. Now, you are saying do you know what is called fuel reserve? What is fuel reserve?
Do
you know what is fuel reserve?
Mm-hmm.
Good. So, but you know what is reserve, right? You can't reservoir. What is a reservoir?
Say we see a baby.
No, baby are now chasing reservoir then.
Say insu saving insu.
Good. Into reservoir usually look to barracks near reservoir baby insu and out estate reservoir insu be good tank and a tank a crack. Good. Now this reservoir no you with the same thing for fuel. Even fuel reserve. You see, brony nyen be kwa. First of all, fuel can last over 50 years. As I never say. Fuel can last over 50 years. And sana ebe say. So brony himself okay, if you ask me there are your friends unforeseen factors. And an maybe e will see we more. Maybe e will see we more. Untimi nya ho hwe. Like inflation. Inflation betimaba. War betimisi. Pestilence betimisi. Yare betimisi. And all of these things can affect economy. We at least me know because the US is edging towards a friend is saying what's the word that they use for recession? US is heading back to recession, which is the economy. Now, US has done something significantly. First of all, US now is a little bit, 80% of oil independent. Trump time, the US was producing its own oil. But US nim say bibia betimesi oil na yetun one day betima yeden betima short and Sunday betima short. So US and other countries like Syria, Russia, UK and so on, they have something we call oil reserve and a fuel reserve. Oil reserve, they stored billions, not billions, millions of barrels. Aya de ato. They store ebi wo poso, ebi wo your friend is saying omo rocky areas like desert here esona sase kakraka. They are stored na wo ho. Fuel reserve. Now, the reason why they do this fuel reserve is that at the end of the day, se bibi kwaso ana war near there, they can keep going because they be rely on Brunei and some rely on Ghana for fuel. Na BBS na Ghana call continue produce fuel. Does that mean say US omu life na workers encouragement? They will quickly turn back to their fuel reserve. Until fuel reserve can usually last between 5 to 10 years and sana e be a bit massa. The fuel reserve that you see sometimes can last between 5 to 10 years. So ansana omu use the best before me use kra na ansana one na bibi besi na coronavirus kwa be end na omu fuel reserve na eden omu use kra ma bi aka say be the people who are producing oil can get back to their feet. Do we have a fuel reserve in this country? Don't tell me say produce oil. Oil production country and now non-oil producing countries even have fuel reserves. Germany doesn't produce oil.
So ultimate producer at least it was a reserve.
Yes, Germany doesn't produce oil, but they have fuel reserve. Most countries don't produce oil, but they have fuel reserve. I didn't know Brunei who nyansa a fuel reserve. Do we even have a fuel reserve in this country? Yes, so you have a finance minister like a crackable fruit. Then I'm lecture horse. Telling and saying things are do they even think and even put these things down? Say it's high time. As I say, I could keep posted down at 3 years. Could you suffer for GB or DNA? Yet mean GB find your fuel reserve. The BIBB also on the world marketer. Ghana for a kind first. A woman said, "Yeah, question a can't your friend is saying US for, but can US for crime and come what to say yeah." Because whatever happens, they can fall back on their fuel reserve. Note, USA energy independent. Ghana. Yeah, 2008 2 oil. I mean, Nimpos is hard never why. You could just stupid contract with $900 billion. We have to produce oil for the 100 years or so. Then and sign a baby here. Why can't I sign a contract? Are we serious? When your oil will come, Akuffo Addo May over 100 years or 50 years. And sign a baby there because they brought the machines to fix it. You took the core my man, so refine it and sell it. Are we serious? Now let's take that from the instance. Regardless of the negotiations and our deal we had with those people, what are we doing about our oil reserve and our fuel reserve? Why aren't you? Because see, well, fuel reserves, they are also Ukraine, Russia, and they see. You see, Russia for air access for military assistance and aid from China, which means Omako DNA the ESA, Polifosi insure Ukraine, Ejai, and Abufu crowd and Usukra. So definitely, there's a point in time, all of these things are air costs one day to be tracked. It's a two char, and now it to be channel. And then during that time, what are we doing? It's your fuel reserve. We rely back on our fuel reserve to hedge our economy, to control inflation, to control because trust me, fuel is the core mandate of everything right now. You too fuel more. One more to be increasing prices. One more electricity be increasing because up and flow. So fuel affects everything. So if you're able to control fuel, you can control the economy. We are not controlling fuel. We don't even have a fuel reserve. If you said the cost is a Ghana, ebia ye crack 50,000 barrels of petrol and fuel every month. Now, 50,000 because if you calculate 50,000 times 12, maybe hypothetically 50,000 times 12, 600,000. So which means in a year you crack 600,000 worth of barrels. Imagine if Ghana had 2 million barrels of fuel reserve, which means hypothetically, if you do the calculation, 50,000 a month, 50,000 times 12 is 12 months, which is a year. 600,000 times 4, which is 2.4 million barrels. So if you have 2.4 million barrels there, which means we can be oil dependent on our fuel reserve for the next 2 years without falling back on any person. So imagine said the air cost, we could have hedged it. Maybe you see a fuel reserve in a crack. Crack into balance and control inflation. We don't even have. Yet to come, you see, to go, so you're bre, be any me inclusive, a Jimmy, a Chroma say, make a home. The dear Ghana need to me for best at training. So you see, that is what be to me. It's in the book at Charles and school. I'm going because me, my university, me, name for also. Because we learned a lot of things. If you are putting what we learned into play, I can be can into me school Legon, Echo Harvard. Let me tell you, when you say the whole world Ghana for the school, Ghana for Nigeria. I actually more obituary. Obiko school, Legon, Echo Harvard, Echo London School of Business, Echo M4, Masters. And you see, when they come back, they don't do anything new. I share Trump or University one could be Hillary Clinton or one could be the people who are tough. Joe Biden need one more billionaires. No, people are even drop out. But Ghana, you find. You see, will be a leader, and it's a Nippon or co school.
I say education is the key.
Which education? Education. Any education is key. Kakao be suya or the be put into effect. Though that when I was in university, there was this one lecturer. Now Oba, this course entrepreneurship was a thing. Or try says, see, this whole thing we are learning is if you guys start putting it into effect now. Tell me we are school 4 years. No, say a beast now. Tompo a benyini. I was thinking, it's a lecture seminar now, can people will have put it in their head. Me in school, I'm starting my brand, and I'm starting here other business. So before I'd finished, I'd had my own, my uncle soon say Obima Mijuma. But those who were also smart, make I guy back that time, they were working on some developing some programming in EB. Ama and Nekra and MC Kuyemano. I had people to set up their own small establishment and it grow. That is it. But there were people there who wanted to finish. Because Lady B said, my dream is to work in Bank of Ghana. And what I'm saying with Jimmy. Because if your dream is to work in Bank of Ghana, if you finish school and there's no Bank of Ghana, you are useless. Why don't you start something? And you'll be a leader, and you'll be a bit master TBB. But start something. Oh, share the income flows, read books. They tell you, say, if you are doing a job near amount 10,000 cedis, you'll be poor. The way to start is having various streams of income. Way back. You rely on one and depend on one, and only be to do and assets or bills. Then the other ones you can use it to live your lavish lifestyle. Then use the other one to save. Baby, before I can your business want to know Felipe knows. Nipa no ye Bob now so prep or 1,000 and so times of Felipe. Your business want to boka. Now just sorry then take your bon Samson. Jimmy and Ebieni. If what we are learning in this country, we are putting it into effect. Okay, and yet the same school. And you see, when Ghanaians go outside, they are the best students. So yeah. I'm telling you, London School of Business, Norway, business school, that's Norwich. Germany, schools, US, Harvard, Georgia University, Boston College. The people who are good there are Africans. You won't say, you can't, you're born in Kofi be one in I'm a be one in they are Ghanaians. But yes, so yet ha. Omoko babeji big position ewo Vodafone near the we see nothing. It's a mobile position and we based on the educational background. We don't base on common knowledge and wisdom. And yet it goes near brain. If you have real leaders in this country, we shouldn't be crying about fool. Fine, there are times of turbulence, but you will fool reserve. You see, the common thing, it's not be to me to baby catcher or say. If you answer, okay, say opebedua that time no na pipe enko bibia no our mothers woman no more smart no omutimi obi o ne barrel nkwan be 20 insuo to no so also insuo ni nyina no afeli nyina to ho on insuo wakata so this will happen opebeba from December November going ebura na that is the time that is when they will go and fall back on their water. Now for 80 minutes pill and I did not cap memo those who were smart that time they had these stored barrels. That's what, whatever we are doing now is in the Bible. The Bible says that store food if you're harvesting and store food because the day of famine is coming. The same principle we are using in the house, that's the same principle we need to use in our economy. It's a common sense, but you better start a hedge for. You better hedge for, which means you better see, you better for reserves. I can't embrace. our mothers were even thinking better than our leaders. Yanko fair my mom shake like one dream be. Say yentimi start head for one time. But you'll see any kind of crassa. Charlie, oh, same be how can. Okasa na. Okasa na just say.
Unya hwenka bi.
Charlie. You be ye na check. Obi say 100 years. Send me who need 1,000 years. 1,000 years. But regardless, we nyem paibo. Myself will be end that.
Suban ni adwen.
Mo be and that. Imba mo na mo kon sorry do. Ni etieti abonsam so. O ka chen say o hwi fa water so cross be ma be so mi mu. Na so onya kwan hwi etieti abonsam. O etieti abonsam efem e bo nsem. Na bo nsem. Bo nsem. Hey. O etieti abonsam so. Obenya arthritis, common sense, start thinking. Me nka say me nkwa sorry. Start thinking. Me nim say me wu pa. Nti no. If it comes, I can pray, say Nyankopon bo me ho ban na boa me. But if God says so time no, I die. We need to start thinking. We need to start putting the things we learned in the Bible at the university into effect. When we start doing these things, all the complaints will stop. All the complaints will stop. But if not, even there's this one thing I bother me. This year I shall say rainy season beba. See, there's a recurrent trend. In so to be bia wo krom makaneshi. Ebeyiri. Inti nipa na oye AMA boss no. Adwin ba ni trim say because I started 15-20 years ago kra na oye kranka by this time commit my eye dream. Last year you can say kaneshi flood sa ewie bi. E na picture ba ya man for aso omunta mu nemu se swimming pool. This year be say supermarket. Mu trabet was a day umbedi. A basic carnation be yiri. It will be someone say why the problem is coming back. Why don't you tackle it? Say carnation year. I then you work architectures, the Ministry of Housing, the Sanitation. I didn't even question the root cause. It's a kind of what dream be. Uko chroma, omuya bola, omu tuakama, and this first. I'm not saying that we are neat. Too neat, but you see an samba. You see the operation clean your frontage aba. So why don't we start tackling these issues? In Suato, a unique nation, why don't we start opening the ways, opening our drainage system? Now, the first thing you see is the president, the minister, and Bawumia. Ubo said teaching said, "You see, our first school child be near better Twitter." I'm saddened by wine the death for ye. My government is committed. Nyankube tuamu kabako. Koko be tuamu tu nyina mu sanko for na mu ye leaders na mu drink na for no. Wicked people, because at the end of the day they only know how to talk when situations like that come. Bogo see a space might be a sipena Bawumia wa he or the kojintia. Alanchamanti when he went or the kojintia.
Yeah,
that's
donations.
Why don't we solve the issue once and for all? Why don't we solve the issue? Said they be a fear, quite of us go fear no a gota. Now nim said they be a man for fast to former. Common sense should tell you say do the bridge. But they are not doing the bridge, oh. They didn't doing since BBC or a man for see it's very
a commission. It's so sad. See, for fuel prices no there. 10 cedi according to your fast and your whole city and anka 11 cedis here say e bi me sure say e bi no be ko 11 e bi beto on 10 baby a f no akọ 20 o ko adwuma so afasika be because e to TNT